Hello, everyone. This is Patrick and Bryson at Stone. Today, we're going to do a quick webisode on the Boring Lab and the Boring Toolbox, going into the camera setting. Excuse me. Without further ado, Bryson Higgins, support engineer.
Hey, thanks, Patrick. So yeah, we're going to get logged into the Boring Toolbox here, and we're going to go over changing camera settings with Boring. So let's go ahead and just get logged in. All right. Let's go ahead and full screen that. So once we're logged into here, we'll be presented with the system overview page right here, where we'll be able to kind of get a general overview of our system right here. You'll be able to see storage health, the camera storage, as well as live monitoring of your system as well too. And these parameters are all customizable as well. Right now it's showing 43 cameras providing video and 0 are not providing video for at least 90 seconds since I opened the app. So moving on into the camera settings, we'll go over here on the left-hand side to hardware. So in here, this is where we can see all of our hardware on our system here. We have a single recording server with all of these devices on it. So I can go ahead and I can actually select all of my devices here, and I can filter off of different device types as well up here for my selection. I can say I want cameras only, and then I can say I only want enabled cameras as well. And then I have on the right hand side here the options that I have for the camera settings. So right here, this is the one I want, is camera settings. So what this will do is this is going to open up a window here for all of the cameras that are enabled on my system, and it's going to show the settings that I can now change in bulk in Boring. So you see here I have video stream all streams selected, so I can actually select different streams to change these settings on if I wanted to right here. I can see what the default value is as well as the current value that all these devices are configured at for all the different streams that they have. For the most part though, most everyone will be working on stream 1, so I'm just going to filter off of that. So here stream 1 is set on all of these devices. I have a couple JPEG or one or two JPEGs, and everything else is H.264. Now, if I wanted to make sure everything was H.264, I could come into here and I could set that my codec is H.264 and go ahead and apply to selected. And you'll notice here it's going to go ahead and change that on all the devices that it allows it to change it on. So now they're all reporting that they're H.264, and hit next, and that'll move to that setting. The next option I have would be frames per second. So I can go ahead and I can change my frames per second in bulk here. Again, I have the options for the different streams. I can choose the stream that I want to set this on. Again, I'll set it for stream 1. And you can see here right now the default value is 8, and the current value on all of these is 15, is which I have set. I have a couple that are set to 12 because they do not allow 15. So I can come into here though and I can specify a min value, a max value, or I can go at a custom value. So if I wanted to, I come in and change all of these to say 20 and apply to selected. And it'll tell me here that 3 cameras did not support the setting of 20. So I can go ahead and click OK. As I scroll down here, you'll see I'll have a couple here that do not have that supported setting. So I'll just need to note that these do not support 20 frames per second. But if I was happy with that and all those changes, I could go ahead and hit preview and it'll move through the settings as well. But if I wanted to change more, I'd move on to resolution. So here I'll be able to define the resolution of each of these cameras as well. And I can do this again by streams as well. So I can do it to stream 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this would work really great for setting up adaptive streaming, for changing those resolutions. So I can come into here into stream 1, and I can come into here for my resolution, and I can set my min and max values. So which is really nice about this is you don't need to know what the max resolution is for your camera. You can just come into here and define the max value and go ahead and hit apply selected, and it's now going to change any of the cameras that have a higher max value than what they're currently set to. So you can see here this one changed from 1080p to 1920 by 200, which is a little bit higher resolution than 1080p, so that's why it changed that one there. So, and it did that all across the board on all of my devices that have a higher resolution. So once I'm happy with that setting there, I can then move on to the next tab up here, which is streaming mode. So I can come into here and I can change in bulk per stream, again, the streaming mode that the cameras are currently set on. So if I needed to change everything from RTP, RTSP to RDP, UDP, I could do all of those settings right here in bulk on my system. I'm not going to make any of those changes because I'm happy with their current streaming mode on all of these devices because they are all currently streaming. But now once I've had all my changes made and set for my settings here, I'd go ahead and hit preview. And this is then going to preview off all the setting changes that I'm making. You'll see here that it's going to apply the 20 frames per second. The resolution changes here all across the board. And if I just hit save changes, it's going to apply those setting changes for me. And that's it. That's how you change camera settings within Boring.
Very cool. All of Milestone administrators, very cool tool. If anybody has any questions, email our support team anytime, support@stonesecurity.net. Have a great day.